Quando o vento mergulha e o céu mar prolongava, na morada de veleiro, no peito do marinheiro.
One day I went to a park. It was an empty basin, and I put bells, cowbells, Bavarian cowbells along my back, and I had a big trench coat, and I was going around in a basin, walking a pattern and doing it. And I had somebody shooting video of me doing it. And two skinheads were there, drinking their beer, and they came up to me, and they started blasting me in German. And then some other man came in, and he said, "I think you should leave. I think you're going to get your head kicked in."
Meu chão, meu monte, meu vale, de folhas, flores, frutas de ouro. Vê se vês terras de Espanha, areias de Portugal. Olha.
It all starts with curiosity and being curious and wanting more than what I had. What I had seemed pretty finite in terms of what was offered to me from my heritage, my family and all that, as much as I respected them and everything they offered me, which was great. But I wanted more. I was curious.
Morrendo a canção magoada. Diz
I had all the makings of being a scientist, engineer, a doctor, a lawyer. That's what I had been trained at. And I decided at that point that I was going to be an artist.
que vejo era mais nada.
So I started doing stuff on the street in different countries. So traveling from one city to another, carrying sculptures tied to my body, and having to talk to a policeman or a bus conductor and explain what I was doing and why I was doing it. Last time I was in Berlin before that was 1984, where I had a fiberglass sculpture on my back that was the size of my body that looked like a burnt piece of figure, a human being that would have been napalm with hoses coming out of it. I went to the Berlin Wall and I started walking back to New York to bring it back to Philadelphia. I went through 4 cities and I bathed it in fountains. I filled it with water. And when anyone asked me what I was doing, I was telling them that I was moving my friend back to America after Hiroshima, because the walk began the anniversary of Hiroshima. That people were freaked out.
Voreis que embora outro dia, quando o vento na engolia.
Art is not given to everyone in terms of accessibility. As I was saying earlier, my father would have loved to have been an artist. Socioeconomically, it didn't work. First generation immigrant during the Depression, there was no way he was going to make it in. I've traveled around the world in India and different places, and I know very well that to access the art world or art education is becoming in America more and more privileged in terms of debt, and it's always been privileged in other countries because of class. But there was a time in Montreal that you could, for $33, go to Dawson College and study art and finish a bachelor's degree without getting any debt, and do a master's degree. Unfortunately, those times are disappearing. That's how I was able to get in. And ever since then, I've been facilitating that for people as much as I could.
De folhas, flores, frutas de ouro. Vê se vês terras de Espanha.
My name is Francois Morelli. I'm a professor at Concordia University. I'm an artist living in Montreal. I've been in Montreal for all my life, except for when I choose to travel and make art other places.